Hi traders, Nick here with Pipsopolis. Thank you for listening to this interview where we are going to delve into the specifics of his strategy as well as his experience in trading the forex market. Can you tell me how long you've been trading forex?
Hi, thanks for having me. I started trading in 1996 with equities, and then in 2002 I started forex because I thought that it might give me more chances of being active in the markets.
And where did you learn to trade in both equities and forex? If you could give me some background on that, please.
Sure. I traded equity mostly based on fundamentals, but in forex, because the fashion is going technical, I started technical analysis. It was based on myself because I have a degree in engineering, so I thought that it's like analytical. At first, I hit the walls many times because I thought that it's kind of like science. Yeah. But later on, I noticed that trading is not like science. Markets is a human, like emotions. It's like a body. So you cannot expect it to act as you want it to. So then I started working more on my psychology and money management than technical analysis.
Yeah, okay. Okay, and I know that in the past, you've worked for a brokerage firm. Did you sort of pick up much working on the other side of the fence that helped you be the trader that you are today?
Sure, yeah. There is always this saying that forex is a big scam, and it's a big scam anyways. But when you work on the other side of the desk, you would notice that it's not a scam. People are losing money because they don't know what they're doing. So it has nothing to do with the broker.
Okay, all right, no, that's good to know. And just a little bit on your strategy. I note that you use divergence a lot to make your trading decisions. Could you explain a little bit more around how you use divergence?
Sure. There are two kinds of divergences. It's regular divergence and hidden divergence. I use both of them. And I use divergence with the indicators. You might say that divergence is not enough to enter a trade, and you're right, because if you've seen lately euro yen, it was like after a couple of tense divergences, it went up like 700 pips. That's right. You cannot, when the trend is going, you cannot use divergence. But what I'm using divergence in the direction of the trend. So that's why it's more profitable than doing divergence on itself.
Okay. And just looking at your MyFX book history, as far as the history of the master account that we are using to run through the trade copier, if you look back the last sort of 12 or 24 months, it's got a bit of a checkered history. Can you explain what's happened on this account in the past?
Sure. In that period, I was going through some problems, some family problems, and it was like my mind was a bit off trading. And one of the things that can be lethal is when you're not disciplined, when you're not concentrated and focused on what you're doing and on trading. So after that, it was like more that I get an aha moment and went on with trading. So it was so good that in October I went full time. So I quit my job and went full time trading, because I know that I got the moment and I passed the moment and I can trade.
Okay, great. You have another account other than this account, obviously, that you're using to trade and support yourself, correct?
That's right, yeah.
Okay. And is that on a 5-to-1 leverage? Do I remember you saying that to me at some point?
That's right. The thing is that maybe you, because you can see the balance of the account, maybe it doesn't seem much. One of the things is that I don't deposit all of the money with the broker. I only deposit the enough money to use the leverage. So I leverage the money just by depositing enough money with the broker, and that's why the balance might seem a little low on this. And I'm doing the same with my master account.
Okay, great. And how much time each day do you spend at the charts?
I'm spending, I look at the charts occasionally. In the morning when I pull up the charts, I look at the charts and see which charts, which pairs has the potential today. And it's probably between 1 to 3 at the max. So I occasionally look at those charts because the time frame I'm looking for is like 1 hour and 4 hours. So I don't constantly look at the charts. It's like if it is 1 hour, I'll go back a couple of hours later to see that if the trade is evolved, then I can enter it. If not, so I'm going back in a couple of hours.
Okay. And obviously you like the longer time frames, as you mentioned, which is more of a swing style of trading. What about that style of trading attracts you? I tried to be a scalper long time before, but I was not successful, and the reason was that the reason was mainly because I was kind of get lost when the things are happening very fast. I cannot keep track of them. That's why I prefer to be on a long on a longer time frame. Yep. Okay. And you trade about 10 pairs at a time based on your history. Do you find it hard to sort of understand the dynamics of each pair when you're monitoring so many?
Yeah, actually, I did my homework for a long time. So these are the pairs which I know more. For example, I don't regularly trade Euro Swiss franc because I have no idea of how this pair goes, and it's a very slow pair to my standards.
Okay, so 10 pairs, you don't have any issues in monitoring those and finding profitable opportunities across so many pairs?
Oh, not at all. As I'm saying in the morning, when I'm looking at those pairs, I will filter out 7 to maybe 9 of them, and I'm looking at 1 to 3 of them in a day, in a single day.
Okay. And in the past, just looking at your trading history, there's been situations where you've added additional positions when you've been in a losing position, so it's also known as averaging down. Can you please explain a little bit around the methodology behind this and why you do it?
Sure. I did an extensive study in money management, and this is how I'm doing it. I'm one of the guys who is against averaging down, but in this case, when the price goes to a level which you're not sure if it goes up or down, for example, that the trend is up and you want to buy, but at this specific price, and it happens to some of the pairs, you're not sure if it goes right up or it comes down a little bit and then go up again. So in those cases, I enter the trade with a smaller amount or a smaller lot size than I should originally be, and let the pair move. If it moves higher, okay, I would be in the position with a portion of my original lot size. If it goes down, I would enter the rest of the size. And in this case, because I would be closer to the stop loss, the entire risk would be less. So I'm not going to add to a winning position, because if it turns back on me, the risk would be higher. So I'm just doing this, and sometimes it's not always, and it happens a couple of times as you mentioned.
Yep. No, that makes sense. And last question, when you first put your signal on our site, you hit a string of 5 losers in a row, and went into a 10% drawdown. How did you manage your emotions through this time and keep a cool head?
Yeah, that takes time and experience to do so. I don't believe in acting like a robot, honestly, because emotions are built in us. You can manage them, but you can't avoid them. So I try to manage my emotions. I have seen drawdowns before, so I was totally aware that I would face them now and later in the future. So when I hit those strings of losers, I thought myself, okay, this is the case, and it happened before, and I know how to deal with them. The only ways to deal with them is to continue on the system that you have back tested and you have forward tested, you've done work with it, and you trust it. So because I trusted my system, I went on with it, and actually I covered all those losses.
Yeah, okay, excellent. Well, I appreciate your time, Pipsopolis, and thank you for explaining how everything works, and I look forward to seeing you in the trading room and trading with you for many months and years to come.
Thank you very much.